Thank you for joining us tonight at 5:30. I'm Sarah Horbacewicz, and now as your weekend begins to wind down, you're getting ready to start the week, we're going to bring in meteorologist Simone Thomas with what you need to know. Simone, it's felt like a weather roller coaster getting ready this week.
Yeah, I mean, we started out the week with those almost record-breaking temperatures in the 80s. Then we started to see some cooler, more fall-like conditions as we got into the weekend. Luckily, that's going to be the case at least as we kick off the week. Now, here's a look at where we're sitting right now across the board. 64 right now in the capital city, 57 up in Clinton, 59 in Arkadelphia. There are some clouds across the area that will start to maintain overnight as we continue overnight, looking to see temperatures dipping into more of the 40s again. We're going to keep that cloud cover in place as we continue through the evening. So looking to kick off the week on a cloudy note. You're going to want to bundle up if you're headed out early on Monday morning, because again, temperatures looking to get to the lower to middle 40s. I'll have a check-in on what you can expect for the rest of the week coming up in your full forecast.
Tonight, Arkansas State Police is investigating a shooting that involved an officer. It happened a little after 3 this morning. Washington County Sheriff's deputies responded to a domestic disturbance call on Jim Hall Road near Prairie Grove. There, they saw 46-year-old Ismael Fernandez. Witnesses tell police that deputies fired at Fernandez after he pointed a gun at them. Fernandez was taken to the hospital, but police have not told us anything about his injuries. No officers were hurt, and 2 deputies have been placed on administrative leave. Pine Bluff police are asking for your help tonight finding a man connected to a murder. Darrell Bell is wanted for killing Cedric Hawkins. Bell, who police say goes by DP, is about 5'8" and 170 pounds. According to police, his last known address was on Boston Drive. Anyone with information is asked to call Pine Bluff police. Israel's prime minister is pushing back against growing international criticism of the military offensive in Gaza. Yesterday, leaders at an Arab Islamic summit called for a ceasefire and rejected Israel's claim that its actions are self-defense. Bradley Blackburn has the latest on the conflict and the deteriorating conditions in Gaza hospitals.
Israel's bombardment of Gaza continues. The Israeli military says this footage shows tanks targeting Hamas terrorist infrastructure. On Saturday, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the fight to defeat Hamas will continue with full force, despite international fears for the toll on civilians. The World Health Organization says more than half of Gaza's hospitals are no longer functioning. At this facility, medical teams used flashlights while treating a patient. Many places have no power and dwindling water and medical supplies.
Situations are disastrous. The human community should move.
Israel says in the last 2 days, more than 100,000 Palestinians have fled south through evacuation corridors after Israel agreed to a daily humanitarian pause in fighting. We all left our homes behind us, this woman said. We left like this. At a summit of Arab and Islamic nations Saturday in Saudi Arabia, leaders demanded a ceasefire. France's president is now calling for one too.
These babies, these ladies, these old people are bombed and killed. So there is no reason for that.
This weekend, there were large protests in London, Sydney, and Spain, even outside President Biden's Delaware home, supporting Palestinians. While in Israel, thousands gathered in Tel Aviv to demand release of 240 hostages still held by Hamas. Israel says there will be no ceasefire until they are returned. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Over in North Little Rock, Fire Station 8 opened this week, as Burns Park did as well, all after being damaged at the March 31st tornado. The city also opened up the top loop around Funland Drive in the area. The dog park, disc golf course, and more were all open to the public this weekend. The city says the next phase will be to open Tournament Drive for the soccer complex, but construction on the roads is still underway. The holidays are top of mind for a lot of folks right now here in Arkansas. Thanksgiving just a week away, and grocery stores aren't the only ones working to make sure their shelves are stocked. The Compassion Center tells us they typically see a jump in the need for food as they serve between 800 to 1,000 meals a day. They're working to make sure they have enough food to serve on Thanksgiving, but they can't provide without donations.
We go through 75 turkeys during the Thanksgiving, and we go through a couple 100 pounds of potatoes.
The Arkansas Food Bank also working to stock up on items for the holidays that the pantries serve. If you would like to donate to either organization, we have more information on how you can do just that on our website at thv11.com. Clinton National Airport here in Little Rock is preparing for an increase in travelers as well as the holiday season gets close. They shared a couple of tips to help you plan if you're packing. TSA says before you even start, completely empty out every pocket in your suitcase so you don't accidentally bring something that's not allowed. And as always, get to the airport early, not just to make sure you get to your flight on time, but it could also potentially save you from losing any items.
When someone brings a prohibited item, they actually can step out of line, put the item in a checked luggage, put it in their car, or give it to someone who isn't traveling. But what often happens is that people don't allow themselves enough time, so they end up just giving it up, voluntarily abandoning it.
If you have any questions about whether something is allowed or not, TSA has a list online and even a live chat option if you have a specific question. It is Veterans Day weekend and the celebration is still on to show our appreciation for those who have served our country. THV11's Rebecca Brown sat down with two veterans to hear what the holiday means to them year after year.
Thank you for your service are 5 words veterans don't take for granted, as it commends and acknowledges those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country.
The attitude that you have is that this is a country that I love. I want to defend it. And when I signed that enlistment contract, I told them at that particular time, I'm willing to die for you.
A life-changing journey for Ronnie Smith that dates all the way back to 1969 when he was just 19 years old being drafted into the military.
The things that I experienced during the time I was in the Marine Corps, I'm absolutely certain that there will never been the chance for me to do those kinds of things if I had remained a civilian.
Opportunities of a lifetime that will shape him to the very man he is today.
We are more than just the infantry. You know, we are airmen, we are computer programmers. All of those things are available to you when you join the Marine Corps, the best military branch of the service.
That's what some people say.
The military bringing 2 friends together who joined in different branches but were led with the same mindset and heart to serve their country.
We actually gave our life to the military, to Uncle Sam, to the United States. We knew at any point in time if we had orders to go wherever they sent us, if it was in the wartime or wherever, that it's a possibility that we may have to lose our lives.
As we're honoring a lot of veterans, this one is extremely special to me. Silas Spann, my granddad, joined the Air Force back in 1974, where he was thanked for his service with several medals.
It just reminds me of what I did for 20 years, and so that's why I keep it in my office. I see it every day.
Times have certainly changed for Smith and Spann, but one thing that remains the same is the way they continue to serve their community and country, but now as veterans.
And I think the biggest accomplishment for me now as a civilian is being able to be a post commander, still in the positions of working with veterans and being able to work with our community as well and still take care of America.
In Jacksonville, Rebecca Brown, THV 11 News.
Millions of dollars invested into opioid research. After the break, we'll say why officials here at Arkansas Children's Hospital think it could have an impact here and across the country. Simone?
And we're going to have a check-in on when you might need that rain gear this week, coming up in your full forecast.